Good afternoon, students. A warm welcome to Sri Ramanuja Vidya Mandir. Well, in today's English class, your communication skills class, we are going to continue with the vocabulary building. And today, in our vocabulary building, in today's vocabulary building, we are going to learn vocabulary tricks part 5, games and sports. I've told you in your previous class. In the next class, we'll have with games and sports. So, a small article on games and sports, and in the article of games and sports, I would try to introduce some new words, a good vocabulary, and through that you will try to understand or comprehend the meaning of the vocabulary, and you try to practice in your daily usage. So here we are, students. Games and sports. We all are familiar with the saying that health is wealth. Games help us in keeping body alert, youthful and energetic. They have a greater role in instilling a spirit of adventure. By playing games, we get rid of worries and anxieties. Games help in learning various traits like punctuality, self-discipline and diplomacy. Children these days do not indulge in physical activities due to which they become obese. They should be emboldened to take part in games. However, a performance of our country is grossly disappointing in Olympics. Our players are not able to grab medals. Importance is given only to the cricket, but accusations of match fixings are harming the image of the game. Following years of motivation, some sports like kabaddi and wrestlings are gaining recognition. There is a need to give awards and incentives to sports persons giving spectacular performances. So, this is what is a small article, and in the article, of course, you can see we have many words introduced. So, now slowly, this is how you go for your comprehension passages also. First read, try to understand, and then when your second time you are reading, you try to comprehend the vocabularies. I've told you, I've taught you this previously. We all are familiar, known of. Sorry, students. Familiar is which you are habited of. Okay? Something which you are habited of or accustomed of. We all are familiar with the saying that health is wealth. Games help us in keeping body alert, means active. Not drowsy, dull, sleepy. No, it keeps your brain very alert, very active. That's the meaning. It keeps your body alert, youthful. The more you exercise, the more charming your face is going to become. Otherwise, it's going to become, saggy. Your muscles are going to become loose. The more you exercise, your muscles are going to be strong. So, games help us in keeping body alert, youthful and energetic. You feel very, very energetic, active. They give a greater role in instilling a spirit of adventure. Okay, when you are playing, it doesn't only make your body active, but it makes your brain active to explore new things. When you see your friend, winning over you, you feel pained. And then you think, okay, it's after all my friend. Of course, a healthy competitive spirit is developed through games. Generally, today we consider games are of waste. Time only reading books is something fruitful. No. When you play, suddenly when you lose the game, you can't resist. You feel terrible. But then again, yeah, it's my friend. So slowly, you're accepting failures, you're accepting a good competitive spirit, And you are not only accepting spirit, you're not accepting spirit over here doesn't mean that always you have to fail. No. When you receive a failure, you doesn't become jealous, you doesn't become partial because it's your friend, but then you try to work on to next time win on him. So some techniques you will try to apply so that next time you'll observe your friend how he is doing. Next time you will work more, you will apply some techniques to win. So here you can see they have a greater role in instilling a spirit of adventure. By playing games, we get rid of all worries and anxieties. When you're very, very sad, go and play with your friends. Laugh, enjoy. Your worry, your stress comes down. So it's very, very good stress therapy, games. Games help in learning various traits like punctuality, self-discipline, and diplomacy. Okay, we are going to understand these words later. What the meaning of these words are, we are going to understand later. Of course, read is a common word, you know it. Now, games help in various traits. You must have understood what is the meaning of traits. Like, what are the traits? Like punctuality. You have to be in time. Your entire team can't wait for you. You have to go and play. So you'll stick to time. You'll maintain a punctuality. Self-discipline. You can't howl, you can't become angry, you can't fight over there in the game. No. Once when your coach says something, you have to obey. So that self-discipline also comes in you. And diplomacy, we'll have it afterwards. Children these days do not indulge, we'll have it afterwards, in physical activities due to which they become obese. Of course, this is a common word. We'll have it afterwards. Now, children these days do not indulge in physical activities. You can understand the meaning of indulge. They don't participate. So, and due to the reason they become obese. Okay. They should be emboldened to take part in games. So see, when you are reading like this, according to the context, you are able to understand the meaning. So immediately put the meaning down, and afterwards when we are checking the meanings, you will see if your meaning is correct or wrong. So as you are listening to the record, pause the record and then keep a book and pen in your hand, and whatever red words, highlighted words, according to the context, you write a meaning over there. And then when I'm explaining the meanings with examples, then if your meaning is suitable, then you are picking up your vocabulary. You're good in your vocabulary. This is how you have to test yourself. However, a performance of our country is grossly, we hear this word most often, but we'll have it afterwards. Well, however, a performance of our country is grossly disappointing in Olympics. Because from the childhood you don't give importance for games, even normal games which you want to spend with your friends, outdoor games, parents doesn't allow. They always insist you to sit indoor and get with your studies. Hardly, they give you a relaxation of playing indoor games also. They just allow you for some time to spend in front of the idiotic box, what it is, TV, and then with your studies. So what happens due to this is, your country is not enlightened in the world. Our players are not able to grab medals. Importance is given only to the cricket. The only game India is able to win, that also for the very recent years, it's able to win, is only cricket. Other than that, the games are not given importance. But accusations of match fixings are harming the image of the game. People who are really have a passion of playing, they are put aside, and the recommended candidates are given opportunities. They don't play and they go for these match fixings. Even though you're skillful, just for you're greedy for money, you lose your team in your opposition's hands, and that's also a shame for our country. Fine. Following years of motivation, some sports like kabaddi and wrestlings are gaining recognition. Now slowly, other than cricket, we have kabaddi and wrestlings, which are little gaining the recognition. You know the meaning of it. Recognition. there is a need to give awards and incentives. You know what is incentives? Incentives is sort of gift, we'll have it afterwards. To sports person giving spectacular, what is the meaning of spectacular performances. Now we'll go for the meanings. Words with meanings and additional examples. Instill. Okay, the first word we had is instill. They have a greater role in instilling a spirit of adventure. So we'll have it. Instill. Establishing an idea or attitude in person's mind. You build an attitude. You build a passion, what we call. So only when there is an encouragement for a child, the child gets motivated towards the task. Anything, can be studies, can be games, can be your work, your scheduling, anything requires an instill, which means to establish an idea or attitude in person's mind. We have some examples over here. Self-confidence should be instilled in children. So at a younger age only, self-confidence. You should always be great of yourself. You shouldn't feel that I'm weak. You shouldn't feel that I can't do. I'm a waste. I'm hopeless. I will not be ever able to gain. No, these kind of ideas should never be instilled in the children's brains. They should always have a confidence in themselves, and they should be confident that they can do or they can attain anything. So a good meaning or a good example, self-confidence should be instilled in children. So what are the synonyms? Inculcate, implant, to plant in the brain, or fix. Very beautiful word, students. Along with instill, you have also learnt inculcate, implant, or fix. Fine. One word is over. Next one. Rid. We all know. Rid of. Get rid of. Making someone or something free of an unwanted thing. So here we have, you should get rid of your bad habits. What is the meaning of rid? To clear, to free, to make free, or cleanse. So get rid of your worries and anxieties. That's what is given. So games will help you to get rid of all the worries. So the meaning of rid of means to clear, to push it away. Okay. Anxiety. A feeling of worry or nervousness. What is the meaning of anxiety? You feel tensed, you feel sweating, you feel shivering, and you pump down your confidence. You are not confident in whatever you're doing. So this is called anxiety. So here he says a feeling of worry or nervousness. Students are usually anxious before their results. Now did you understand? They are very anxious before their results. That means they are nervous. So what is the synonym? Worry, concern, apprehension, nervous. So these are the words. So anxiety means somewhere you don't have a concern. You feel you need a concern. You need a patting from somebody. You're worried. You're tensed. You're nervous. So this is the meaning of anxiety. We've completed it. Next word. Trait. We should indulge traits in the students. The word is given. A distinguishing quality or characteristic. Trait is to establish a character, to plant a character in a child. So a distinguishing quality or characteristic. Cooking is a common trait among women. A good example, very, very beautiful example is, you should give traits like punctuality, self-discipline. I've told you. Those are the things what is written in the article. Well, what is the meaning of trait? Cooking is a common trait among women. Trait means a character. Generally, even a woman works hard and comes home, they expect the woman only to prepare the cup of tea and bring. This is a tradition which is indulged in us. It's characterized in us. So this is trait. So synonyms are characteristic, attribute, feature. Good word is feature. A feature. We should create some features, we should create some characters in a child so that he will establish. That should be implanted at a young age, at a childhood age only. Next one is diplomacy. What's the meaning of diplomacy? The art of dealing with people. What is diplomacy? The art of dealing with people. Must have heard the word. He is very diplomatic. See, diplomatic doesn't mean manipulating. No. People think diplomatic means he's a cheat. He plays a double-tongue role. No. Diplomatic means at your heart you are very, very good. But you don't know how to convey your words. You come and shout on somebody and the other person gets hurt. No matter how much good you are, people hate you because of your tongue. So diplomacy means as per the situation you have to act. See, beautiful art of dealing with people. The diplomacy, diplomatic, means you should know when, where, how to speak. The same idea two people will have. One person will never be able to convey his idea. Another person, according to the situation, he will mold the other person and he'll get the work done. Today, you're only winning with a diplomacy. Diplomacy is a very, very important trait to be indulged in a child at a young age. Otherwise, he can't live in this crocodile world. No. So, diplomacy, you can understand, he is very diplomatic. He's very diplomatic means he knows where and when, how to act and how to do the things. Synonyms are tact, tactful, good word, tactfulness, tactfulness, sensitivity. So according to the situation, very sensitively when you handle, things will work. So now you have understood the meaning of diplomacy. Indulge, involving in an activity. Indulge, to get involved. You should indulge all the traits into him. You should indulge a self-discipline to him. You should indulge a self-confidence to him. So, to involve. Indulge means involving in an activity. Don't indulge in unnecessary controversies. Controversies means troubles, difficulties. Okay. So, he says, indulge means to involve. Don't indulge in unnecessary controversies. Controversies means difficulties, troubles. So, synonym is to involve. Simple. Indulge means to involve. Okay. Obese, fat and overweight. We know this word. Many people these days are obese. Because they don't have a physical exercise. What happens? They deposit a lot of fat, which will not make them be active. When you're fat, you get tired of walking 2 steps. You can't. So what happens is, your health goes off, your brain becomes clumsy, doesn't work properly, and you have a lot of disease prone. You get prone to disease. So plump is like a pumpkin. Stout means fat. Overweight, heavy. All these are synonyms of obese. Obese means fat or overweight. So here you understood the meaning of obese. Obese is overweight. I've told you exercises will make a person slim and fit, energetic and active. When you're fat, a lot of deposit of fat you have, even few steps you walk, you become breathless, you can't walk. Okay, so it doesn't give you activeness. It is very dangerous. So this thing is to indulge. We have to indulge exercises, sports, games to the students at a younger stage so that they don't get obese. Obese means become fat. Embolden, giving courage or motivation. So we should emboldened, games and sports to be emboldened in school levels. Unfortunately today, even nurseries, primary sections up to 5th standard at least, you expect the children to play happily. Unfortunately today we don't have that opportunity, because not the teachers, not the parents especially, want their child to be outdoor. We even remember when we go home after our school, we used to fling off our bags, pull away our uniforms, just get freshed up, have a cup of milk or a tumbler of milk, and then run off. We never had lavish parks like what we have today. There are, upon a time there were grounds, Maidan, big grounds used to be there, and people used to go and they used to play at least, from 4:30 to 6, at least 1 hour. Nicely we used to play, sweat come, then have a good steam bath, with hot water, nicely have a bath, then have little snacks, or generally, we used to be provided dinner. After having our dinner, we used to sit and study. Or if the dinner is not prepared, have something like a snack and then sit and do our homeworks. Till 8:39, homeworks are over. Today, of course, I do agree, the panic situations of the studies today, even overnights you're sitting and working also, your works will not be completed. But upon a time that pressure wasn't there. We were given a lot of importance. I still remember up to some 6th standard I was playing. After that they objected, no, girls are not supposed to go out and play. So after that I was objected. That's the second matter. But today, unfortunately, even a 7 years, 8 years babies are not allowed to go out and play. So what is it doing? It is obese, making that person obese, fat. So we have to encourage or motivate the people to go with, sports. So every story like this embodies them to follow their dream. Every story. See, when we tell beautiful stories to the children, they get motivated. Yes, even I will be like that. I will be like this. Beautiful stories, moral science we used to have. So, embodied here, the meaning is to motivate, to encourage. So, what are the synonyms? Make brave, encourage, hearten. No, feeling, not harden. No, harden means strong. No, hearten means have feelings. To have a heart, to have a feeling. So that should be given. That is the meaning of embodied. Grossly, extremely, excessively. Grossly means extremely, excessively. Their decision was grossly unfair. It's extremely unfair. Okay, so I was telling you grossly about the match fixings and all. So extremely, we are we've completely got culprit. We've completely got spoilt with all these things. So extremely, the meaning of grossly is accusations, a charge that someone has done something illegal or wrong. I've told you, about match fixings and all. So what is the meaning of accusation? A charge that someone has done something illegal or wrong. Their plan would provoke accusation. Whatever the plan they are doing now, that definitely will go for accusation. That means doing illegal, doing something wrong. So, allegation is going with illegal things. Charge means for illegal things they will charge. Claim, assertion. So you can go for two beautiful words along with accusation, allegation and assertion. So these are the words you have learnt from there. Recognition. This is also a common word, recognition. Identification. What is the meaning of recognition? You know this word. It's an identification. He should be given recognition for his hard work. What is synonyms? It is identification, recollection, recall or remembrance. Recognition means somebody to remember you. Next, incentives. What is the meaning of incentive? A payment or concession to improve output. Other than your salary, you will get incentives for your work. So the more and more you are performing nice, for each thing some percentage you will be getting. That is called incentives. Incentives means an encouragement, extra, like a bonus. So this is called incentives. It's an encouragement, a sort of reward. Employees should be given incentives to improve productivity. So other than the salary, when you're given a salary, you work, but you'll say how much more products you will perform, that much more money you'll get. So to get those incentives, you'll be working hard. So this is called incentive. The synonyms are inducement, a beautiful word. Along with incentives, you can you can learn inducement and motivation. To motivate, to bring a good productivity. Okay, spectacular. I was telling you, spectacular means to see. Remarkable and outstanding, excellent. Somebody who is spectacular. What is the meaning of spectacular? Everybody will be looking upon him. They'll be looking at him there. So he's a spectacular. Spectacular means everybody's eyes on him. So he's famous. Okay. Yesterday's results were spectacular. Means remarkable, excellent. So impressive, magnificent, splendid, excellent. All these are synonyms for spectacular. Now students, every time I'm going with approximate 15 to 20 words, or at least on an average 15 to 12 words, and each time for an article I'm introducing some words. By now we have completed 5-6 tasks, tricks, but each time whatever the new words you are learning, I doubt if you really remember them. So till now, whatever vocabulary building articles I have given you, and in those article vocabulary building, whatever new words I have introduced, I just wanted to have a small recap over it so that you recollect all those words. I've just given you the word and few words I've taken, and I've given you the meaning of the words. You can see ambience. The first one is ambience, which means the character and atmosphere of a place. Ambience is the beauty of a place. I was telling you about the tours when they went to Simla. Okay, how beautiful the things are. Yeah, I was explaining you. So there in that article this word came, ambience, which means a beautiful atmosphere. Nostalgic means missing familiar things of a person. Nostalgic means we'll remember our past. You remember restaurants I was going with. So ambience means the atmosphere is ambience. It's beautiful the way the hotel is decorated. And then nostalgic, when you see some of your hometown people there or some of your country people there, you remember, you go to your past. The general meaning of nostalgic is going back to your past. Gracious means beautiful, kind, pleasant. So we have repetition of 3 words over here. Okay, you can hear you got a very, very beautiful or a rare word. You say cuisine. Cuisine is a practice or manner of preparing food. There are lot of cuisines like Italian, Chinese, a country food. So these are called, I've given you also the transcriptions. Okay. I've told you that time also. Cuisine. Next one is delectable. Delectable means extremely pleasing to the sense of taste. I've told you, yeah, the meals is delectable. Complimentary is something, as a token, as a gift or a token, you give a compliment. So grievance means complaint. Even though the food is very, very good, we had a grievance because the parking area is very less. You remember the article that time I've told you. Next one is adventurous, willing to take risk or try to out new methods or ideas. Trying to take a risk or trying to go for new methods or ideas. Serpentine, the root is like a snake, winding and twisting like snake. So when you look into these words, you must have remembered all the previous meanings. I have a small exercise for you. I think the words are big enough in size so that you can easily look into your mobile, pause, and you can look into them. I've given you one side the words and the other side their meanings. All you have to do is you have to match the word with the meanings. Only 2 slides I gave you, students. You can see here. Okay, the word to the meanings. And so we'll have the remaining article again for the next class to continue with our vocabulary building with tricks. Thank you till then. Thank you, students.